It's another opportunity to learn online. Welcome to class, my dear students. In this lesson, I will be teaching you the classification of the various points of view. When an author tells a story, he uses characters. Characters are the ambassadors of the author. These characters could be humans, or creatures, or animals. The author used them to develop the plot of his story. These animals can do everything that a human being does. This is Mrs. Toti's cooking, a human activity. An author tells a story from a certain angle or perspective known as point of view. Point of view in literature refers to the angle or perspective from which an author tells his story. Look at this picture. Some persons will regard this glass as half full, while others will see it as half empty. It all depends on the perspective of the viewer. The author chooses who tells the story by determining the point of view, who is placed in inverted commas, because the narrator does not necessarily have to be a human being. In many stories, the protagonists tell the story. He is a part of the story. He is involved. While in other stories, the narrator is not a part of the story. He tells the story from a distance. Alright? Now, let's consider the different types of points of view. First, we have first person point of view. In this method of storytelling, the narrator is involved. He is a part of the story. His experiences are limited. The reader, therefore, only knows what this narrator knows. The reader only knows about the events that this narrator knows. The pronouns that the first person point of view we use are these. These pronouns indicate that the narrator is a part of the story. Next is second person point of view. This point of view is not used frequently in fiction writing. In this point of view, the narrator is speaking to you. You here refers to the reader. This point of view is mostly used in poems, speeches, instructional writings, and persuasive articles. The pronouns used here are you, your, and yours. There is the third person point of view. This is the most used point of view in fiction writing. The narrator here is outside the story. He is not a part of the story. He addresses the characters by names and he uses these pronouns: him, she, they, it, and so on and so forth. There are three main types of third person points of view. They are third person limited. Here the narrator only follows one character in the story. He relates the events from the perspective of one character, hence the name third person limited. Third person multiple points of view. The narrator here can follow multiple characters in the story, but he lets the reader knows when he is switching from character A to character B. He usually does this through chapter breaks or session breaks. Third person omniscient point of view. As the name implies, the omniscient narrator is all-knowing and all-seeing. He knows everything about all the characters in the story. Some textbooks refer to this narrator as the eye of God because he is all-knowing and all-seeing. As many as the characters are in the story, he knows what each and everyone is doing at a given point. Remember, he is not a part of the story. Alright, further discussion will be carried out in our physical class. Until I come your way again, goodbye for now.